Hey ladies, it's Samantha Thompson here, and a bunch of you have asked me for some tips and tricks on Hostess coaching. And I'm going to tell you, after I promoted to director, this is one of the very first things that I worked on because I knew it could affect every other area of my business. When you Hostess coach well and your party is successful, you're going to get more bookings, more sales, more potential recruits, and so it really can put a change in your business when you can nail down that Hostess coaching. So in this video, I'm going to talk to you and give you some tips about Hostess coaching for the home party. Now, the way I Hostess coach for a Facebook party is completely different, and so that's in another video, but this video will talk to you about Hostess coaching for the home party. And whether you do home parties or Facebook parties or a combination of both, I really think if you watch both videos, it's going to give you the most benefit because you'll kind of see why I do what I do. And honestly, if you want to be a well-rounded 31 consultant, you're going to need to know to do both because some customers prefer one over the other. So the very first thing that I'll start with is my Hostess packet. And so whether you book with me at the party or through another avenue, if you are hosting a home party, I send you a Hostess packet. And I do mine in these plastic folders because they don't get tore up and I can use them throughout the season. So I usually start at the beginning of the season and make 20 of these, and then I have them to rotate in and out throughout the season depending upon how many parties I'm doing. So I'll show you everything that's in here really quickly, but the stuff in the front is really the most important. So I have a little packet in the front I'm going to talk to you about. I have my Hostess special, and I put that first because I really want to draw her attention to her special and then the customer next. I have some information on our Hostess exclusives, on our business opportunity, embroidery ideas, a catalog just for her, an order form that gives her an example of how to fill it out, and then extra order forms in the back here. And I usually put this in a bag with 4 or 5 extra catalogs so that she has everything that she needs. But let me tell you about this very first part in here because this is the most important part and what I think is the magic to Hostess coaching. So I have a letter here and it has 4 things that I have my hostess do, and for each thing that she does, I give her a little reward. So you'll see I've got little hot pink envelopes, which make it fun, that say for each of her things she gets a gift. And these are sealed up. I have a note here that says don't open these. We're going to open them at your party. And I actually don't ever even open these. I just give her the gifts in front of everyone and then I can reuse these. But basically what that does is it allows me to coach my future hostesses right there at the party because they see the things that need to be done for a successful party. So I'll go through those things with you. So the very first one is to send me your guest list. And when I started doing this, it totally changed everything in my parties. I went from an average of 200 to 300 in sales to well over 600. I was just at home office last week and they gave us our stats as part of our pack meeting, and I think my home party average was right around $860. So definitely has changed my business, and for the couple dollars that it cost me to send out the invitations, well worth it. So how I get the invitations is in that Hostess packet, I have a sheet of Avery address labels and an envelope already addressed to me. And so all she has to do is jot down her addresses on here. I always tell her I need at least 15. If you can fill out all 30, even better. And she gets her gift for doing that. Now, when I get her addresses from her, and I try to get it 2 weeks before the party, if not sooner, I mail invitations for her. And in my invitation is my the fillable invitation from TOT, a mini catalog with my information on it, and then I mail it in a hot pink envelope. Here's the key to this. This is a really fun font, if you guys can see, and it says, please deliver to the fabulous. So it's not just a plain invitation that's going to get lost in the rest of the mail. I do the same thing on my actual invitation. So by date, instead of just typing the date, I put, join me on Saturday, November 11th for a Mommies and Mimosas party. That's another key, is every single party has a theme, whether it's tacos and totes, brownies and bags, women and wine, pizza and purses, something like that. Every single party has a theme. Okay, so I include my theme there, and then I also usually right here put bring a guest and get a free gift. And that free gift is usually a nail file or something really small, but I always put that on every single invitation. And then on the back, I do something really similar. Again, you can see my really fun font, and it says, you and a guest are invited to a Mommies and Mimosas party. So on the back, I always have my theme. So it'll say brownies and bags, girls night, or tacos and totes, girls afternoon, or something like that. Okay, so the next thing I have in my Hostess packet, after I have her do the invitations, is collect outside orders. Now, I'll make it really clear to you guys, I do not talk to her about anything else on this list until I get the invitations. I am invitations until I get them from her. I'm going to check in with her every 3 to 4 days until I get them. Starting at about maybe 3.5 weeks or 3 weeks before her party. And I will mail these up until about a week before. So this is really the only thing I talk to her and communicate with her about until I get this, and then I focus on the other things in my list. The other thing I include in here is this Hostess Rewards flyer from 31, because it allows her to brainstorm those 40 to 50 people and her guest list. And I already start her off with, this is our goal for your party, at least $600. Okay, so the next thing I want her to do is collect outside orders, and I'm kind of changing the way I'm doing this up and trying to push for $400 in outside orders. That might seem a little overwhelming, but what if you start your Hostess with, I want you to collect orders from 4 people who don't live in your town or who are out of state, who can't come to the party, 4 people. And then once she collects those 4, then you can talk to her about, okay, 4 people who told you they can't come. Guess what? 8 orders at $50 an order. She's now got $400 in orders before you even walk into her party. So the next thing that I have her do is send out a reminder. So that's just a red stamp that I make for her and I send to her, and I have her text out to all of her guests before her party. Okay. The last step that I have is, where's the next party at? And so this encourages her to talk to her friends about booking, and she gets another gift for that. And that's usually $10 off her friend's party. And that has to happen before I arrive. That's not bookings that I get from my booking game. That's ones that she secures before the party for me. So that doesn't happen super often, but it's on there because if it does, I definitely want to reward her. So once I give her her Hostess packet, the very next thing I do is talk to her about a theme. And I give her some of those suggestions like I mentioned earlier in the video. That's the really most important thing. Guests want to come to a party to have fun, relax, have some girl time, not necessarily shop or not necessarily get a sales pitch. And so when you make your party all about girl time and fun, you're going to get way more guests there. So every hostess has to choose a theme, and I usually say to her, you know, just like I listed them off to y'all in this video, I say, which kind of theme do you want to do? And I list them, and she chooses it right there that night. Okay, so now I've got her invitations, and we've set a theme. Now I create my event on Facebook, and I usually try not to create my event on Facebook until I have her invitations in the mail, or at least she's told me that she dropped them in the mail, because otherwise, once she invites on Facebook, she's usually done with the mailed invitations, and I won't get them from her. So I create her Facebook event, and again, we're all about the theme. So my title of my Facebook is going to be Women and Wine Girls Night, or Sherry's Women and Wine Girls Night. It's not going to be 31 Party. In fact, 31 isn't even the name. And then for the description, I'm going to make it really fun again. So I'm going to say, I don't know about you guys, but I could always use some girl time shopping and fun. That's why I'm hosting a Women and Wine Girls Night with 31. From purses and wallets to home organization and totes, 31 has something for everyone to keep you organized at home and on the go. I can't wait to see all of you, so come on out to my place on the 11th for some laughter, fun, and wine. And then below that it'll say, can't make it or want a sneak peek, you can always shop online at, and it has my website. That's simple. And then I remind her again, as soon as I create that event, I send her the link and I remind her, 40 to 50 people, and I say these words to her. If you invite less than 40, we're going to have a low attendance at your party because only 20 to 25% of those can come. So we want to make sure we invite at least 40 people. But we don't really want to go over 50 because then it starts to feel spammy and people won't come because they don't feel important. So that's your goal number. I want you to invite 40 to 50. And then I check back with her or check back with that event within a couple hours and see who she's invited. Now, if she's only invited 28 people, I prompt her, okay, I see you have 28 people invited. Who are 12 more we can think about? And I help her brainstorm that list. But that's basically the key to Hostess coaching for me. I do those other steps and work with her after we've kind of done the inviting. The inviting is the most important thing because if I can get those invitations out and the right number of people invited on Facebook, we're going to have a successful party. And at that point, the sales are going to come in, the bookings are going to come in, and the potential team members are going to come in. So I hope this video helps you. Make sure and subscribe to my channel for lots more videos for tips, tricks, and ideas. And I'll be posting a link to a video for Facebook party Hostess coaching very soon. I'll talk to y'all soon.